See, the next problem on tracing of curves is Cartesian form. Take this example. Trace the curve y square into a square plus x square is x square into a square minus x square. Take this as 1. Say equation is y square into a square plus x square is x square into a square minus x square. A square minus x square. What are the things first you have to go through when tracing the curves? The following things are important. Using following things we can trace the curve. First one, symmetry. Now in this case, see why there is only one term. It is only in even degree. Then take x term is also even degree. Since both x and y are even degree, curve is symmetric about both the axes. Means above the x-axis, below the x-axis same. To the left of y-axis, that is left of y-axis, right of y-axis same. In all the four quadrants, curve has same shape. That very important point it is while tracing the curves. It is symmetric about both the axes. Therefore, if you know the shape of the curve in one quadrant, then it is sufficient. You can trace the complete curve. It is symmetric about both the axes. Second is origin. Now whether curve pass through origin? Yes, because substitute x is 0, y is 0, equation is satisfied. 0, 0 lies on 1. Now how to find out the tangents? Tangents at the origin are obtained by equating lowest degree term in the equation to 0. How to find the tangents? Tangents are obtained by equating lowest degree term to 0. See, this question may be objective question. That is multiple choice question. What is that? How we can make this as a multiple choice question? The tangents at the origin are obtained by equating, four choices will be there. Lowest degree term of the equation to 0, highest degree term to 0, and coefficients of highest degree term to 0. These choices may be given. So, if you understand the concept, then whatever be the mode of examination, objective, multiple choice or descriptive, you will be able to answer the questions. So, thoroughly understand what I am telling, that is you have to understand first. Then you think of the mode of examination, objective, multiple choice or descriptive, that one. Say, what is that? How to obtain the tangent? By equating lowest degree term in the equation to 0. What are the lowest degree term? That you have to collect one side, then equate that to 0. See, this is lowest degree term, y square. Next is degree 4, y square x square, degree becomes 4. Its term, see this term. What is the degree of this term? Again 2. Next, but x raised to 4 it is. Degree becomes 4. So, lowest degree term is a square into y square minus x square is 0. Y square minus x square is 0. Y square is x square. Y is equal to plus or minus x. So at the origin there are two tangents which are real and distinct. Therefore, at the origin is a node. Since at the origin there are two tangents which are real and distinct, they are distinct. Origin is a node. It is a node. Third one, what is the third one? Intersection with the axis. Intersection with the axis, coordinate axis. In this case, first of all 0 0 is a point, then substitute x is 0 and get y is 0, then x is 0, y is 0. Take y is equal to 0. What you get? Put y is 0. You will get x square into a square minus x square is 0. X is 0. X is plus or minus a. Therefore, minus a 0, 0, 0, a 0 lies on the curve. Intersection with the x axis means we have to take y is 0. On x axis y is 0. Taking y is 0 we have obtained minus a 0 and a 0. So the curve intersect x axis at minus a 0 and also a 0. Because of symmetry there is minus a 0, then a 0 must be there on the curve. Now these are the point of intersection of the curve and x axis. Next, fourth one, asymptotes. Asymptotes. How to get parallel asymptotes? See here we are thinking of only asymptote parallel to x and y axis. How to find out asymptote parallel to x axis? By equating real linear coefficient of highest degree term in x. What is the highest degree term in x? X raised to 4. And its coefficient is minus 1. So there is no asymptote parallel to x axis. Similarly, highest degree term in y is y square. Its coefficient is a square plus x square. If you equate x square plus a square to 0, sorry, x is plus or minus root of minus a, and it is imaginary. Therefore, there are no asymptotes parallel to coordinate axis. No asymptotes. No asymptotes. And further, reason in which the curve lies or do not lie. So we have to find out. For that, how to find the reason? To find the reason, we have y square is, what is the equation of the curve? Y square is x square into a square minus x square by a square plus x square. Y is therefore plus or minus root, or y is plus or minus x root a square minus x square by a square plus x square. To find the reason, first you have to solve the equation for y. In this case, suppose x is less than a, then what happens? X is less than a, then it is no problem. X is suppose greater than a. X is greater than a, y becomes imaginary. That means x doesn't lies, or y doesn't exist beyond this line x is equal to a, or the curve lies and at the same time x is less than minus a. Less than minus a, because of this x square, y becomes imaginary. Root of this a square minus x square is there. X is less than minus a, y is imaginary. So, what is the reason in which curve lies? The curve lies in the region greater than or equal to minus a, less than or equal to a only. So, there is a restriction. Even though asymptotes are not there, parallel asymptotes are not there, this reason gives the shape of the curve, where the curve has the restriction. I take x is equal to a, this is the line, and this is x is equal to minus a. These two portions must be same. X is a and x is minus a. X is equal to minus a, x is equal to a. Curve lies entirely within this region. And curve pass through the origin. And at the origin, we have two tangents. What are that? Y is equal to x and another is y is equal to minus x are the two tangents. So we have, with the given information about the curve, so far we have this information. X is minus a, x is a, curve lies entirely within this region, and asymptotes are y is equal to x, these are the tangents, y is equal to x, y is equal to minus x. Therefore, origin is a node. Now, I start with this, it curve passes to this point, and when x increases, what happens? Y also increases. Y increases. Since it is a tangent, I take like this. It increases to certain value, but again start decreases because minus is there. When x is equal to a, this is point a, y becomes 0. So this is the branch of the curve. Branch of the curve. This is the branch. Now since this origin is a node and curve is symmetric about both the axes, you will get this as the curve and this is the curve, and passing through it like this. This is the shape of the curve. Equation is y square into a square plus x square is x square into a square minus x square. Shape of the curve is like this. See, you have to draw roughly, or you have to sketch roughly the graph of the curve. For that, you have that much information, 5 points. Using that 5 points, I have traced the curve, and shape of the curve is like this. And with one more example, I illustrate one more example here. That is, it is called polyum of discards. Polyum of discards, a standard curve again. Trace the curve. Trace the curve. X cube plus y cube is 3axy. It is called polyum of discards. Polyum of discards. I explain what is the shape of this curve. Using the procedure of curve tracing, I trace this one. What is the first point? Take this as 1. First point is symmetry. Symmetry. See, in this case what happens? X and y are not even degree. So it is not symmetric about either x axis or y axis. But the important thing is, if we interchange x and y, interchange x and y in 1, what happens? Equation is unchanged. Equation remains unchanged. So the curve is symmetric curve is symmetric about the line y is equal to x. Symmetric about y is equal to x. What is the line y is equal to x? See, this is the line y is equal to x. Curve is symmetric about this line. That means above the line, below the line, shape of the curve is same. This is the line of symmetry now for this curve. Y is equal to x. Why it is symmetric about y is equal to x? Because by this property, if we exchange x and y, curve equation of the curve remains same. So it is symmetric about y is equal to x. Second, origin. Whether the curve pass through origin? Yes, because 0, 0 substitute satisfies the equation. Therefore, it pass through origin. And if it pass through origin, what is the tangent at origin? We have to find out. Tangent at origin. How to find out tangent at origin? By equating lowest degree term to 0. What is the lowest degree term to 0? Lowest degree term? See, this is important. How to find the tangent at the origin? equate lowest degree term to 0, we get xy is equal to 0 because 3axy is 0 means xy is 0. This implies x is 0, y is 0. So we have separate tangents, two distinct tangents at the origin. Origin is a double point, and what is the nature of the double point here? It is a node, because it is two tangents are real and distinct. Therefore, origin is a node. Origin is a node because tangents are real and distinct. Third one, what is the third one? Intersection. Intersection. Take x is 0, you get y is 0, and y is 0 gives x is 0. Therefore, 0, 0 is the only intersection of 1 and the axis, coordinate axis. It intersects only at 0, 0. Fourth one, asymptotes. Asymptotes. See here, there are no parallel asymptotes. Parallel means there are no asymptotes parallel to x or y axis. Why? Because coefficient of highest degree term in x is 1, constant. X cube is the highest degree term in x. Coefficient of that is 1. Therefore, there is no asymptote parallel to x axis. Similarly, no parallel asymptote to y axis. But there is a asymptote. It is x plus y plus a is equal to 0. Is the asymptote. And how I came to know about this one, asymptotes? I have not done any magic here, or I have not used any magic. Asymptotes, it is a separate topic, and you have studied that topic in the first paper. Asymptotes is a separate topic you have studied, and there you have obtained equation of the asymptote for this curve. It may be asked for 5 marks. Oblique asymptotes, it is a different procedure how to find out. Only for parallel asymptotes we have shortcut methods here. Oblique asymptotes, and you have obtained this one. This is the asymptote. Why asymptote is important? Because that gives a boundary. That gives a boundary. Now reason. How to find out the reason here? How to find out the reason? Reason means this is the reason. What is that? Here we cannot easily solve the equation for x and y. So we cannot find out the reason easily. But in this case, we find out intersection of the line. What is that? Y is equal to x, because it is symmetric about y is equal to x. This line and the equation. Substitute y is equal to x. We get 2x cube is equal to 3ax square. Therefore, x square into 2x minus 3a is 0. So x is 0. X is equal to 3a by 2. That means this line y is equal to x intersects the curve at origin and also at 3a by 2. Now with these things, I explain what is the shape of this standard curve. It is Coulomb of Descartes. Now the curve is, to draw the curve, what are the things we have? What are the things we know here? One is this one. What is that? Curve is symmetric about this line. What is this line? Y is equal to x. And it intersects at 3a by 2, 3a by 2. Intersection of the curve and the line. 3a by 2, 3a by 2. And the curve passes through this. And it is a node. It is a node. And what is the line? X plus y plus a is equal to 0. To draw this, I take x is 0. Then what you get? Y is equal to minus a. 0 minus a is a point on this line. And take y is 0. You will get x is minus a. Minus a 0 is a point on this line. This is the asymptote. Asymptote passes to this. Minus a 0. I take this as minus a 0. And this is 0 minus a. So this is the asymptote. This is the asymptote. That means this is the boundary for the curve. Curve doesn't exceed this line. Curve doesn't crosses this line. This is the boundary for the curve. Boundary. It is infinite. It extends indefinitely on either side. It is the boundary. This is the asymptote. Say I know this asymptote, therefore I have taken directly this is the asymptote. That is one more important thing to trace the curve. Since you have studied that topic asymptotes, you should also know that asymptote for this polyom of Descartes. Now what is the origin? Origin is a node. Say the curve, it is like this. It starts from this, and it doesn't intersect x or y axis. And origin is a node. Two branches of the curve pass through that. This is the curve. Why I have taken like this? Because this is the asymptote. Curve again doesn't crosses this line. This is the y-axis is the tangent. Since it is symmetric about this line, there is one more branch. It is like this. This is the curve. X-axis is also tangent. Y-axis is also tangent at the origin. And the curve is like this. It is like this. This is called polyom of Descartes. And in application of definite integrals, we come across this type of standard curves. And there I directly take the curve, shape of the curve, and apply definite integrals. What is the application? We have to find out the area bounded by the curve, and also the length of the arc of the curve, and what is the volume of the solid obtained by revolving that plane area of the curve. That we have to find out. And I continue in the next period what is the procedure for tracing polar curves. Thank you.